1, 2, 3. Anywho, so we are now, we're back, and you know what that means. It's another episode.
hmm
Kobe, do you know what episode we're on right now?
I actually don't know. I was out sick for a week, so I have
Well,
not
I'm
caught
here to tell
up.
you don't care. We are on episode 12 right now. And with episode 12, we're doing things a little bit different on this episode. Not only are we doing our video podcast this episode, but we have Kobe back because I am tired of being by myself on solo dolo episodes.
And I'm happy to be back and not sick.
So when you were sick, how long were you sick exactly?
I was sick for 5 days, which nobody knows me, but that doesn't usually happen. Usually it's like, oh, I wake up sick and then halfway through the day, I'm fine. And then it's done. But I was stuck in bed with a tissue box and a trash can, which for some, maybe that's normal. That has never happened to me, that I've actually been that bad.
I mean, I've been sick I've had COVID before, and last summer I was sick, but it's always like a few days and then that's about it. But 5 days, like you're basically on your deathbed at that point.
Yeah, you know? So I went to the doctors.
And what do they say?
Nothing. They tested me for a bunch of different, like the flu, strep throat, COVID, like a bunch of different things. All came back negative, and it pisses me off because how do I just go to the doctors and then I'm suddenly not sick anymore? Like,
That was me when I was in third grade. So when I was in third grade, I had strep throat because I was going around, every kid gets it.
mhm.
So I'm going to the doctors, well, before that I was super sick. So like I'm taking like soup, medicine, whatever it may be. We get to the doctors, oh, I'm fine. I drink a little thing of apple juice and I'm 100% fine. My mom was like, "Oh, so you're good." And I was like, "I guess so." But like strep, I do not wish that upon anybody. Like, that's like the worst like pain you ever feel besides COVID.
COVID actually varies different amounts in different people, is what I hear.
I mean, we had like 14 different strains
Yeah.
in like 8 months, I guess.
For me, it wasn't that bad, but like my mom couldn't go anywhere for like 3 days, completely stuck at home. She couldn't cook, clean, do anything. She was literally stuck to a sofa just watching TV because she
So
couldn't do anything
she
else.
couldn't be a mother.
Literally, yeah.
Also, I just want to say when this episode comes out, it's after Mother's Day, but I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that listen to this, especially
Yee.
my mother and Kobe's mom if she listens to it. But getting back into it, like COVID, like everyone getting sick in the beginning, it was like, okay, you're getting hospitalized and then
Mhm.
going from there. And then it turned into like the Delta and the Omicron where people were like, "Oh, it's not that big of a dose. It's like a cold." People were still getting sick and dying from that. And then I think I had the Omicron, whatever it was, because like I was sick for about 3 days. This is like prior to Christmas. And I was sick. I think it started on a Thursday. I got sick that following Friday. And then I didn't test positive for COVID till like Sunday. And then I basically almost missed Christmas because someone wanted to be reckless and show up and still get people sick.
Yeah, we missed one of our Christmases and we had to do it in January. But
I'm so sorry to hear that, but
honestly, it was okay. COVID, COVID time wasn't really like a bad time for me. It was one of the best times actually, which sounds weird, but we spent like
we
half
have
the
the
time at the
pictures.
beach. Oh yeah, like
We
y'all
have
seen it. I dyed my hair. I went to the beach like every other week, and we just like spend the night there and relax.
I think quarantine, like that was like the peak of quarantine was like the best part.
Yes,
Everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. We're only gonna be stuck here for like a few days, like a few weeks or whatever." It turned into the entire year.
it was so bad.
And then everybody was pissed. Everybody was getting angry at each other. It was all bad.
hmm
And I'm just like, I don't like I understand, but that was like at the peak. You had Tiger King, you had all the TikTok dances. Everybody was okay. Everybody was getting like COVID puppies. RIP to the COVID puppies, but everybody was getting dogs and like it was okay.
I had a
And
COVID
then the
kitty.
summer hit. You still have the
I
cat?
still have the cat.
Oh, that's the one that was thrown neck, wasn't it?
Narcissa?
Narcissa?
That's her name.
So her name is Narcissist.
Because she's a narcissist. It's
Okay,
actually technically based off a character in Harry Potter. But yeah.
moving on. Moving on. So yeah, I mean, like the peak was fine. The peak of COVID was relaxing, and then the summer hit wasn't that fun.
So much.
I don't. And then now apparently COVID is
You
gone.
know what was concerning about quarantine?
What?
Is how stir crazy it made celebrities. That was funny.
Did you ever see that video when they were all singing like they were singing that
Yeah!
one song together?
Yes! Oh my god, it was so dumb.
And they were like, "What? People are dying." Like it was given that video when Kim had lost her earring. Kim, there's more people to be worried. People are dying. You're worried about your earring right now. Like they were like, like they all started to sing, and I'm like, how is that gonna make me feel better about a whole global pandemic right now?
And one of my favorite memes that came from quarantine was some celebrity said, "We're all in the same boat," and then it was a picture of a yacht and then a canoe. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, your boat is way better. Ours is not."
I mean, it it did suck because I still had to work during COVID, and like how the protocols went, it wasn't the safest, but it made sense at the time. But looking back at it, it was like, okay, we're wearing gloves for every single thing. You have to take off the gloves and take cash. It was so stupid.
I didn't have to start working. Well, yeah, I didn't actually start working until after everything dissipated and we didn't have to wear masks anymore.
It must be nice. I had to wear a mask during the summertime.
Oh no.
Like it wasn't bad because I was used to it. People were like, "Oh my god, you're making me hot wearing that mask." Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to get COVID. And then every single time, like every other 2 weeks, we had a positive COVID test. So every time we had a positive person, we had to deep clean the entire store, and then we opened like nothing had happened.
hmm And I think
Like at least, go ahead.
no, no, you can go.
At least like 8 people had COVID like back to back within like 3 weeks.
Yes. I think most companies still have that question before you like clock in or start working or whatever. It's like,
I mean, we
hey,
have it.
do you still feel sick?
I mean, if I say yes, nothing's gonna happen. So okay, you
Yeah,
still gotta work your shift.
it does not do anything. Like, oh, okay.
I think it's just Georgia, because in like yeah, it's only Georgia. I don't know why, because like you say yes, it's like oh okay, still gotta work. You say anywhere else, it's like okay, go get a COVID
Yeah,
test.
take a minute, relax, come back when you're ready. Georgia,
But it's
I don't
like
give a, I don't care what you think. You're coming in.
they said, I don't give a damn. You're still going to work.
Oh,
Go ahead and clock in for me. I'm like, oh, okay.
you
But
almost got
I
away with
mean,
it this time.
but not next time. And the thing is with Georgia, like how the COVID protocol went here, like from what I heard, oh, everything reopened within like 2 weeks of the whole entire like nation being shut down.
hmm
Terrible. And they wonder why we are who we are. I mean you, because I think we should have just stayed close for a good like 4 more months. But reopening 2 weeks after the entire nation shut down is really stupid and reckless.
hmm
When you see the big number of how many people died.
I still don't know how many people died.
Oh, it was like in the millions. Well, over a million. I think it was like 4 million, maybe. I don't know. I
Considering the
can't
world's
tell you.
population, that is like not a
I
lot.
mean, oh, I meant just in the U.S. A
Oh,
lot more people died.
okay.
Let's see, how many people died during COVID? Hmm. The true death toll, 3.3 million.
It's still not
3.3.
like a lot. I mean, it is a
Colby,
lot.
that's a lot of
It is a
that's a lot
lot.
of people.
But comparative to the world population, that's minuscule.
I mean, It's a lot of people. Like 3 million people died just in 2020. And then 1.8 were reported COVID-19 deaths. But how everyone was dying, like it didn't matter if you had COVID or not. It was labeled as a COVID-related death, no matter what.
Hmm.
Like I think one of my aunts that passed, and she didn't have COVID, but they labeled it as COVID
Why?
because they were just because like all the morgues were like shutting down, like they couldn't keep up with the amount of people that were coming in,
Hmm.
and so they were just like, oh, it's just COVID, even though somebody could have died from like a heart attack. They were like, yeah, it's just COVID. Mark everything as
Oh,
COVID,
so they just made their job easier.
pretty much. But then they end up running out of people, like not people. They ran out of like space.
Hmm.
Just imagine if they ran out of people in the morgue.
That,
That's a
like,
good thing. That's a good thing if you.
where do you start putting bodies after that?
I mean, they started holding them in like the trucks, and then the trucks were full. Like they started to get full, and I know like in some countries they had them like they just made like mass graves for people.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to do that at some point.
I mean, it's like the whole like during like the Ebola outbreak, they just made mass graves for people.
Yeah.
You know that made a comeback during COVID, and then it just everyone forgot about it.
Ebola?
Yeah,
I did not know this.
I will never forget when I was in when I was a freshman in high school. I had this teacher, Mr. Perry. I don't care. I'm name dropping this man because he was goated in certain ways. So my freshman year of high school, and we were like, this is like the peak of like Ebola. He was like, "Yeah, y'all might want to be careful around your friends because they may have Ebola." And he kept looking at me, and I was like, "What did I do?" And he was like, "Miss Moore, you wash your hands today?" "Yes, Mr. Perry, I washed my hands." "You know that Ebola going around now." I did. I don't have Ebola, and so it turned into like how it was at Locust Grove. All of the black kids, oh, they just assumed like we had Ebola, and I was like, I'm from Georgia. They were like, well, you know, your ancestors are from.
Wow.
I am
Wow.
from Georgia.
Ebola really traveled through your entire ancestry just to find
I'm
you in
saying.
Georgia.
I know, and I'm just like, what does that have to do with me? And so you had like all the racist kids. Like we did have like some racist like kids around the school. So you had them going around saying, "Oh my God, they got Ebola." It's like the one black kid like that nobody like no one talked to, and
No.
everyone's making jokes about it. And then Perry was like, "Yeah, y'all better wash your hands now. Y'all better be careful because Ebola. If I got Ebola, you got Ebola, and if he got Ebola, everybody got Ebola." Mr. Perry, what are you talking about? Ebola? All right. And we're supposed to be learning something in like world government or something, like something different.
Not
But he was like,
Ebola.
"Oh, we're gonna watch a." We watched a whole documentary about Ebola.
I mean, at least
A
you don't have to do any
whole
work.
documentary about it. No, we started to do work.
What?
We we had to put like how many people died from the cases, how many cases were reported, like how could it spread around like the entire country, and then it was like what are the symptoms of having it, and I was like, why are we learning about this? This is a current event.
Yeah, you learn about the past.
Oh my
And
God,
they just
we
kind
are
of expect
like
you to know what the current is.
it's so like it's weird having to like live in a current event like COVID. That's gonna be in a history book one
It
day.
is.
Well, PDF,
It's gonna be so
whatever.
weird.
And then like you tell your kids to be like, "Hey, I was there when it happened."
You know how I got to
You
school?
start all I got to school by just opening up my laptop. And then you got that one person they make up like a big lie. They're like, "Yeah, we only had one roll of toilet paper left, so we had to use the leaves in the backyard." You'd be like, "No, you didn't. You had a whole hoard in the back of your closet. What are you talking about?"
Oh, that was so dumb. Do
We
you
don't
think
talk
like
about those
people
days. Like,
started like actually buying tissue boxes as like a substitute?
oh, they were 100%. Like when I was in Walmart one day, like doing like the peek and everything. I kid you not, everybody was buying in like if it had a little cardboard like roll on it, they bought it.
Or
If it was in a box, they bought it.
or was it the other way around? Where tissue boxes bought out to the point that people started buying toilet paper as a substitute for tissue paper?
No, like
Oh,
you don't just casually use tissue paper for toilet paper. So they were buying like the giant like 12 packs of toilet paper, and then people ran out, so they're like, "Oh, I need to go get this Kleenex." You don't need a Kleenex to wipe your butt. You don't.
I
It was bad. Like, and then they started limiting. limiting like the amount, so it
Yeah,
was
how
like
much you
limited
could
to like two
buy. They
people.
had to start
Yeah,
rationing stuff
that was terrible. And then the Lysol cans, it was like one can per like two cans per household.
because they were gone in like 3 hours in like every
And then you
store.
had that one family that had like eight kids, and they were like, "Oh, you get a cart," and so that each had like two apiece. 32
Jesus.
cans for no reason. Oh, I can't do math. Is that 32?
Eight
No,
times
that's
two
16.
is 16.
No, I'm thinking about something else. My bad. But 16. That's that's the entire case of cans right there.
It's absolutely dumb. But going back on getting sick at like school, I got sick a few times at school, and then I'd obviously get sent to like the nurse, and they call my parents. As soon as I left that building, I was fine. And then I had to like pretend to be sick so my mom wasn't like, "Oh, you're just pretending to be sick now." Like, I wasn't. I was really
You were just
sick.
homesick. You were just homesick.
Literally.
You were like, I just need to take a nap.
Another thing,
Like that's how it is nowadays. Like when I'm at work and I feel like I'm sick, and I'm like, oh, I need to take a nap. I need to eat. And then as soon as like I get home, oh, I feel fine.
yeah.
Like I started feeling like crap today, and I said my stomach is hurting. I need to go home. As soon as I got home, oh, I was fine. I was fine. I just need to go to my
It
bed.
literally
That's it.
makes no sense sometimes, though.
I mean, it's just a human body. It just makes up. Like you know what?
Today,
I'm not
I
feeling it
feel
today.
like dying.
Today I'm gonna make him seem like he's having a heart attack.
Just for fun. He's completely healthy. If he goes to the doctor, we're gonna turn it off.
Yeah, we're gonna get it far enough, but we're gonna take it off just a little
We're
bit.
gonna make him pay a ton of money in doctor's bills just to see if there's something
Do you
wrong.
do you have health insurance?
I do, yes.
Oh, must be nice.
Well, I didn't for a while.
But
In fact, we're actually still struggling to go to the dentist because I don't fully know if the insurance is covered by it.
health insurance and dental insurance is two different
I
things.
know, but I don't have any dental insurance.
Well, then you don't have dental
That's
insurance.
dumb.
It's okay. It's America.
Another thing
You gotta
from
have. Yeah.
schools
Go ahead.
is do you remember like kids randomly throwing up?
No, I remember like in elementary. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
not in like. You always had that one kid. I was one of those kids.
That just randomly threw up in elementary.
Yep. But I was one of those kids when I went to school in Atlanta. I don't know why, but I was always sick at that school. It didn't matter what happened, I was sick. And I just remember like having to call my mom every single day, like, "Hey, I don't want to go to school. Like I need you to come get me." And I remember one time I used to like I kind of like I caught on to it. So I started faking to be sick so I could stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was peaceful in itself. But when I did get sick at school, they were like, I guess we'll call your mom again to come get you. And every time my mom, like, she would come get me sometimes, but she was like, I'm not picking her up. So they would leave me at school, or my grandpa would come get me, and we would spend the day like getting food and stuff. And like those days when he came and got me, the best days ever. Got a little coloring book from the Dollar Tree. That's just the best.
My mom was different. If I was sick and I had to stay home, it was cleaning day. It's
I'm
like
sorry. I
if
would.
you're staying home and not going to school and doing all your schoolwork, you're doing the dishes, the laundry. You might as well just make your bed because you're gonna need to. It's like, God, calm down. Okay, fine, I'll go to school sick.
Mm-mm.
It was
No, at
always a
my house.
trade-off.
So no, at my house, if you were sick, you had to like you had to sell it. So if you were sick, don't play the video game.
Oh yeah.
Don't has to go outside. Just eat whatever's being made for you and go to bed.
Hmm.
If you want to do homework, that's fine. But don't turn on the Xbox. Don't turn on the GameCube. Whatever it may be. If you turn it on, oh, your ass is going to school. It doesn't matter. Well, not even that. You're getting yelled at. It's like, oh, you can fake thick, but you get all right, cool. And I'm like, what did I do? I just turned on the TV. Yeah, if you were thick, you went to turn on the TV. All right, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go to bed. TV off, fan on high blast. I'm shivering the whole time. I'm like, I'm bored.
That's so
Reading a
true.
book I never read in like ages.
I would still not read.
I haven't read a book in like a long time.
I'd say 2
Kobe, you're
years.
still in high school, so you should be reading.
2 years. It's been 2 years.
Jesus, we were doomed as a
Okay,
nation.
but the last book I read was really awesome. It was The Long Walk by Stephen King.
You know, the last book that I read was Alice in Wonderland, the trial on Google Books, the 10-page trial on Google Books.
You didn't even buy it?
Nope.
Okay.
I read the same 10 pages over and over
Why?
because I was bored. Like I have so many books in this house, like I don't even read. I have the entire Hunger Games like trilogy and everything. I haven't read a single one since
Oh,
middle
give me a
school.
second. Hold on. I have a book.
Wait, was that your leg that just popped?
Probably.
Sheesh.
Dude, I might have thrown it away. Um, yeah, I did. Well, anyways, I guess I'll just tell you the story. So you know how your parents give you the talk? Birds and the bees?
I have one of those books. I have one of those books. I
Yes!
have one of those books. I have one of the books. Oh my god.
Yes.
I have one of the books. I do. I have one of the. I'm not gonna. It's over there in the corner. Like it's deep in that corner right there because I have a little bookshelf. But I have one of the books. My mom didn't give me the talk. My aunt did. And so instead of her giving me the talk, she said, "Here, have this book for Christmas." So I got the book, and my cousin got the book. I read the book. I said, "No bueno, no
You,
bueno."
I have never actually had the talk. They, so my mom just came home one day and was like, "Here, you'll need this." Gave me the book and walked out. I was like, "Oh,
Was it a blue book for you?
I think it was red."
So my book, I don't know why, like it was always like blue and pink. I had the blue one, and it was like just for girls, and I was like, Jesus, it's a whole notebook
It
of
is.
like what to expect going through like puberty, and I was
Yes.
like, I don't want to read this. Like I got to like a certain page, and it was talking about like breast sizes, and I was like,
I'll figure it out
I
later.
don't want to look at this. I was like, yeah, no. And keep in mind, I was like 13. I was like, that's not for me. You got it. And like even every now and then, like I see it, like it sits on my floor. I think it's on the floor right now, but it just sits there.
Never
Like
touched.
if I could get in that corner, I would. Wait, I'm
Mm.
trying to think. Hold on. Yeah, it's in the corner.
Aw.
It's like it's literally it's on the floor. It's on the floor.
How long has it been sitting in that exact spot?
I mean, this bed got put here like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
So it's just
So it's been on the floor since I moved back, which was like 3 years ago.
Jesus.
Because I picked it up and I was like, yep, and just threw it back.
Dropped it.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go find it.
Do it.
You
Yes.
keep them occupied. I'm just gonna turn my camera off really
I
quick.
got
But tell them the story as I find the book.
you. See, getting caught is not fun. Search history betrays you all the time. That's why you delete your history, kids. Always do that. It's my life advice. But other than that, the internet is a dangerous place, and I didn't really have much security in it, so
What
I
kind of
had free
story are you
reign,
telling? Jesus. What?
teaching them young.
It's a book.
Oh, that's awesome. Mine was called The Boy's
It has
Body
so
Book.
much dust on it. You said what?
Mine was called The Boy's Body Book.
What? Wow, this one is about feelings.
Feelings?
When you have grief, it says when someone you know dies, it can have a huge impact on you. You're going to feel sadness, loss, anger, guilt, and sometimes anxiety about your own health. Sorry, it took me a minute to get the book. And
Story
then
time with
grieving takes
Caiya.
time, energy, and patience. Everyone grieves in their own way and at their own pace. Amen to that. It's a good idea to talk to someone you trust about how you are feeling. Don't trust everybody. You can't even trust a school counselor.
Mm-mm.
Try to remember that. Try to remember that eventually, the intensity of the grief you are feeling will fade. Grief isn't always linked to death either. See, this is why I don't read. I'm having a hard time right now just reading fifth grade, words. The end of a friendship or relationship or moving to a new home can spark feelings of grief. Hmm.
Um, the boy's body book was more like factual statements. Like,
Oh no, this is a whole Bible.
it does not go into emotion at all.
My bad. That's my fault. So sorry. It's you have the body talk,
Mm.
your health, your emotions, boy stuff.
What?
Wow.
Oh, we need to read that section.
Help, got a problem. And then you have the index. Let's see. What is this part? Hmm. Wow, boy stuff. They look different, they talk different, they think different. We love that.
They do.
We absolutely do.
They do.
Mm,
Sometimes.
yeah, you already lost me. I'm not reading anymore.
All right. Well, anyways, I have a D&D book, so
The player's handbook?
yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's basically the first thing you need to get into D&D. It tells you all the basics.
So you were telling them a story about Dungeons and Dragons?
It could. Did you watch the
No.
movie?
No.
What?
Colby, I've never played the game. I've barely watched a whole entire gameplay of it. Don't look at me like that, you freaking cornball. And 3, why would I spend money on something I know nothing about?
It. You don't need to know what D&D is to enjoy
Stop
the
spazzing
movie.
out.
You don't need to know what it is to enjoy the movie.
Listen, I already have my ticket pre-saved for the Barbie movie, so we're gonna keep it right there.
Okay, what about the Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have yet to go see that. I think I'm gonna go see it next weekend.
Better.
I hope.
It's really
I
good,
hope.
but I will not spoil.
See, you already spoiled it because you said it's really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. It sucks. It's a terrible movie. I don't recommend watching
I
it.
hope it sucks. It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow. Okay.
If Groot's not in it, I'm not watching it.
Groot's not in it?
Is he in it?
Well, I'd spoil the movie if I said anything.
So he's not in the movie.
Okay, okay, actually, did you watch the Christmas special?
No.
Watch that first, because the
No.
movie picks
No.
off where that left
No.
off.
No.
Okay, then.
I just want to know if he's in it or not.
Groot's in it. You're probably not gonna like
All
him,
right,
though.
just making sure. Shut up. That's it. That's all I need to know if he's in it.
Okay.
I already know Chris Pratt's in the movie. I've seen the trailer. He's in it all the time.
Do you think Rocket's in it?
No, I know Batista's in it.
What about Mantis?
You said The Rock. We don't talk about Dwayne Johnson like that.
Rocket?
It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
The Rock.
We love Dwayne. Did I ever show you my Lego set? I know I'm getting off track a lot.
Dwayne Paper Scissors. Yes, what?
Anywho, so did I ever tell you about the Lego set that I bought last
no,
month?
You did not. I don't think so.
Okay, so I spent $100 on a office Lego set, like The Office.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the
And
what does it look like?
I don't have it up here because it's pretty big. Like it's huge.
So
like it's the size of my what?
It's the entire office of the office.
Like so it's like the front door that you walk in through, and then you have Michael's office, I think the meeting, like the
Yeah.
It's some room that's in
I know
it.
what you're talking about.
And then you have everyone's desk and then the front desk and stuff. It's basically that. It's not bad. There's so many little things about it. And the one thing that really started to piss me off was it was so many little stickers.
Oh,
and I understand
no.
I have so basically you would take a sticker and I would have a toothpick and I would just put it on there. I had to make sure it was precise the entire time. When I tell you I did that for so many stickers, you don't understand. There's more stickers than there are people.
I hate Legos that you need to put stickers on. Because it'll kill
and then I
me.
got one,
It'll kill me.
and then I got one of the Legos stuck. And luckily, when you spend $100 on a Lego set, they give you like this special piece. And thank God for that, because I almost like scraped my entire thumb, and then almost lost it, like I chipped a tooth, almost. But it wasn't bad. I think it took me like 3 days to build, 3 to 4 days to build.
Not
It
bad
wasn't
for
bad.
all that.
It was like 100, I think 120, I believe.
I don't even think Legos is marketed towards kids anymore.
Oh, they're not. Like they have like the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, the London Bridge, like a whole bunch of like architecture stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm not gonna spend $500 on this. 100, that's my max, but even that, like, it's not meant for a kid. And like the bigger you go, the more it's like, okay, 14 and up. And I'm like, who was spending all their time on a 5,000 piece Lego set? I can't even do
Um,
400.
what was the last thing I built in Lego? It was one of those electronic things.
Like a car or like the robots.
Yeah, it's like one of those type of things that moves. I forgot what it was though.
A robot? A car?
Well, no. It's like a Lego build, but it has a battery pack with it and motors, so that it also moves.
Speaking of motors, oh, when you were in middle school, did you guys ever do like the solar car thing? Like the
Mm,
solar car races?
tell me more.
So when I was in school, like this is like eighth grade, we had solar car, and with solar car you have like two pieces of wood, a motor, and then like a battery,
Hmm.
and like you're racing like all these classes, and whoever's like the top, I think top three, you get to go represent the county, and then you have like a whole race within the county. So it was me and two of my friends at the time, and keep in mind I barely did any work. I just tagged along because I was like, I was just a diversity.
Hmm.
I'm just playing. But I mean, I did some work, but
Okay.
so we're racing and we ended up beating I think the four other classes that we were competing against. And we make it all the way to the county. And it wasn't bad until like the clouds started coming and I was like, "Oh my God, we're finna lose." Because we had the fastest car the entire time. So they were like, "Oh, okay, the clouds are coming in. We're going to let you guys restart." So we had like a restart lap or whatever. And I kid you not, as soon as that sun came out, oh, our car booked it. Like, it beat every single car. It had the fastest time. I think the time was like 7 seconds. And everyone else was like 9 or 10 seconds. We had the fastest time, like, not only at the race, but in the county as a whole.
We did not do that.
And, oh, I forgot did you go to school in Jackson?
Yes,
Like,
we
for
were poor.
elementary? Aw,
We had
poor man's land.
we did the car racing with a balloon.
Explain more.
You would blow up the balloon and then it would push it.
That sounds lame.
Yeah, I mean it
Like, that
was.
sounds. I'm so sorry you went to school in
Yeah,
Jackson. That sounds so
we
boring.
couldn't buy solar panels and motors and stuff, so we just got balloons.
I mean, no, we did have solar panels. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. You guys are developing as the years go
I
on.
I don't think so. Actually,
Oh,
every time we move up a grade, the grade below us has like a benefit. So
did you guys ever get Chromebooks?
we did get Chromebooks.
When last week? I'm sorry, my bad. No, I'm sorry.
Chromebooks were so dumb. Like, just let us not do
No, you
work.
guys didn't even have. You guys didn't even have Chromebooks.
We did though.
Everybody had an iPod. Go ahead and use your iPod and turn to chapter
Wait, people
4.
actually had iPods?
No, they had
iPads?
iPads.
People actually had those.
So the elementary school they got iPads, and then we had Chromebooks. We didn't get Chromebooks. I was like, I think high school. Like we didn't get them till like my junior year, maybe junior senior year. But I still brought in my own laptop.
So you're telling me that this shit they're raising a bunch of iPad kids? Oh
Yeah.
no.
And then in some schools, well, if you like not looking at Georgia, but the further out you go, Oh, they have MacBooks.
Math books.
Like they give their students MacBooks, and then of course elementary gets like iPads.
What?
I know they have money. Some of these schools have they have swimming pools in their school.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I forgot you guys are poor.
Oh,
Some schools have enough money to get a swimming pool in their building.
some schools have enough money to have a second floor.
Sorry, my bad.
Welding? That
Some
doesn't
schools,
exist. We have a room for it, but
uh,
it's too cluttered with other stuff.
some schools have enough money to get a new track and an auxiliary gym.
We did get a new gym.
We got a new scoreboard, even though I'm not there anymore.
We did not get a new scoreboard.
Hmm.
We have a better
In our
field
school,
now.
in what? A better soccer field?
No, the soccer field sucks. Don't go there.
You would
It's a,
think that the soccer field and the football field shared the same field.
you would think.
Oh, you guys are so poor. I'm so sorry.
Or
If you guys need a donation, let me know and I'll gladly donate some money to
do
you.
not donate anything to Jackson, please.
I'll make sure you guys get some AC this summer.
The AC works too
Do
well.
you guys okay, since your school is so old, do you guys have to open up the windows to let the air in?
I mean, we have air conditioning.
But does it work?
Okay. It either works too well
Mm.
or it doesn't work well enough. There's no
So it
good in
depends
between.
on it's the fact you guys don't have a second floor. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Whatever, we don't have stairs, so
Not even outside.
where would you put a second floor outside?
So where Locust Grove is built, you have a hill and you have stairs going down the hill to the middle school. Okay, we have money for that.
Mm.
Okay, calm down. And then in the gym, so when you walk through the school and you get to the gym, you have to go down the stairs to get to the basketball court.
Mm.
There's stairs. And you have stairs to get back up to like the health room and stuff. Cool, right? You don't understand, but you get it, right?
I'm hearing you. I'm not understanding though.
And then our football field, it may be a little old, but it's not like your wooden bleachers and everything. You know, you sit down and get a splinter. Please tell me you guys don't have wooden
Oh
bleachers.
no, we have plastic. They're electronic, so you can have them like in.
You said
and out.
plastic?
Yeah.
Outside.
No, inside.
No, I'm
Inside.
talking about like
We have
I'm
metal
talking about
outside.
outside. Okay, just making sure this is not 1852.
Thank God.
We need to upgrade.
We do not have stairs at all.
It's okay. Whoever's listening to this and you have a lot of money, please donate to Jackson
Do
High
not
School in
donate
Georgia.
to Jackson High School.
They need the money
They don't
because
deserve it.
their prom was in the basement of a church.
It wasn't though. It was a very
where
cramped
was it?
space though.
Oh, right, exactly, a basement of a church.
You know what? We were actually supposed to have it at a really nice place.
That wasn't in the budget.
Then it
Colby.
closed.
Where, the skating rink?
You know they're doing field trips to skating rinks now?
Wait, to that skating rink in
Yes.
Jackson? Who was going to that?
Elementary.
I passed it and I said the lights barely work.
They're doing field
The
trips.
board-
It's not like an after school thing. It's like, oh, spirit night, whatever. Field trips.
Whole field
Because
trips.
they can't go to like
That's-
the aquarium or the zoo anymore.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank God I'm not there.
You are
I
there.
never want to go
and
to
you're
the skating
stuck.
rink. It sucks. Especially one in Jackson.
I can't imagine. Like, I pass it every time going to Avery's house, and like, the freaking sign is yellow. And there's only like 4 lights that work on it.
That's so true.
And then there's missing letters on it. It's saying no hiring. I'm like, are you guys now hiring or no? I think somebody sold the
I
W
don't understand that place.
because Jackson can't get a W any day. I'm sorry. I am just blaming Jackson. Like, it's so small. Like, you go 5 minutes too far.
You're out of Jackson.
I don't- Yep.
But Jackson's If there wasn't so much traffic, it would actually be a nice town.
There's only traffic because everyone moves to Jackson because it's cheaper.
Yeah, and then
There's nothing in Jackson
drives
except for
away to where they're
Gambino's.
supposed to be.
Exactly. And then I don't know why, but we were driving to Fayetteville and we made it to Griffin. Tell me why. Like I looked outside, like outside the window, and I was like, because I saw Griffin. I was like, I don't know why, but it gives like a dirty feel.
Mm,
Why it's that? Like
it's
Jackson,
Griffin,
it's like it's like a poor man's little
but
pond.
it's respectable.
Griffin is like sometimes, but Griffin is
Mm,
like, you're here, but now get out.
yeah. See, I don't even
Like
live
it's
in
nothing
Jackson
good.
though.
You live in good old Locust Grove,
No.
Jenkinsburg,
Yeah,
sir. That's in the middle.
it's in the middle.
You basically you live in Jackson.
They're 5 minutes.
You live
It
in
is
Jackson.
literally, no, actually, it's probably less than 5 minutes from county line to county line. Or
Colby,
no, no, no,
you step
sorry,
outside, you're
not
in
county line.
Jackson.
From county line is the start of Chickensburg, and then like 5 minutes this way, it's you're out. You're in Jackson now.
So what I'm hearing is you walk outside, you walk out to like the front of your house,
Mhm.
Jenkinsburg. You walk to your backyard, Jackson.
Nah,
That's basically what it sounds like.
sure. It's basically it.
Either way, you're in Jackson.
Mhm.
It's okay. It is okay to live in Jackson. It's okay to go to Jackson High School. But just know, all of your friends, we have stairs at our school.
At least I
I
don't
even
have
had
to.
stairs at my college. Hmm?
At least I don't die of heavy breathing once I get to my class.
Sir, I never had my classes on one end of the hall to the other. I can make it within 5 minutes. It's those freshmen. I never made it before.
Okay, what's the middle school versus the high school?
The size
Yeah,
difference?
basically.
One's bigger than the other. The middle school does, so the middle school does not have stairs, obviously, because it's a middle school.
Hmm.
And how they have it, so you have the sixth grade hallway, seventh grade, and then eighth grade. Each one like on their own
It's like
hall.
pods.
Connections, yeah. And then connections is like across from the sixth grade
Hmm.
hallway, and then you have gym. So like I haven't been in middle school in like God knows how long, but that's how it still is. But when I was in school, you had like they split the eighth grade hall. So we had like the academy, and then you had like regular eighth grade. The academy was on the sixth grade hall, and we did all of our classes online. And then regular eighth grade was like on the other side. I miss regular eighth grade was where you wanted to be. But after my class was stupid enough to fail online school, they canceled that entire program. Like they were like, okay, you can't teach a kid online math. Cool. They dropped that immediately. Like we had that 1 year, and that was it. After I left, gone. But when you get up to when they do the whole like little ceremonial walk or whatever,
Mhm.
you get to the middle schoolers have to walk through the entire high school. Like they're making their way to a new
Yeah,
chapter.
yeah.
And they get a tour of the entire school before school's out.
Yeah.
And then me being me, of course I got a tour, but I had a map in high school. Don't do that.
Tour
I
guiding your
had
high
a whole
school?
I had a whole map. I had the entire floor plan of the school in my hand. And I was like, "Oh my God, where's room 113?" And like I was booking it. I had this little map in my hand. I'm knocking people over. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going."
You know,
The map won't go ahead.
uh, because COVID started at the end of my eighth grade year, and then we were like virtual for like the first year, and then I was virtual for another semester in 10th grade. So whenever I actually came to the high school, second semester, 10th grade, I had no idea where I was. So like
You needed a map.
yeah, all my friends would like, oh, I'm going to this class, this class, this class, and I'd just be standing like, where are you guys going? I don't know where anything is.
I just need to go to
I
voting.
was so lost.
I can't find it.
The
They're like,
construction
"Oh, it's
building
in the
is
basement."
the construction building is separated from the actual school.
Yeah, just tear the school down, build something new. Cause like you guys just got like a new like basketball court and
Hmm.
everything. You barely have enough room for that. Go to tear it down.
Yeah, I don't know where the last gym
It,
was.
it was outside down the street to take a left at the stop sign at the mayor's house.
It scares me how accurate I followed those rules.
You were like, wait, yeah, no, that's not right.
'Cause
It's to take a right at the stop sign down the mayor's house.
that would be around, like, behind the middle school, is where you just described. And I'm like, well, no, I could see that.
I was driving to Jackson, and I don't know why, but I got lost, and I was like, "Where's this stupid high school at?" When I tell you, as soon as I got to Jackson, I booked it back to Locust Grove. I said, "I need to get up out of here," because I was whipping the van, and I almost turned it over because I made a sharp turn. I was like, "Where is this school located?"
Mm,
I missed a turn twice.
I am careful around curves now.
Well, you know, this has been a eventful episode. It really
It
has.
has. Honestly,
It's
it doesn't feel like
long.
it's been that long, though.
Kobe, we're pushing an hour,
I
but
know.
it's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
But it's been fun.
Yes?
Nice catching up on. I don't know why, but every time like we take like a break and come back, it's always a long ass episode
Because there's so much to talk about.
in so little
Hmm.
time. But we'll be better next week, hopefully. Maybe not. But this concludes episode 12. If you enjoyed this week's episode, make sure to share it. I don't care who it's with. You can share it with your best friend. You can share it with Kobe, or even better, share it with the entire little city of Jackson, and let them know change
that.
needs to happen. Do
It's
it.
such a small town, they'll find me.
Kobe, everybody knows your name anyway.
I know.
Anywho, this concludes, like I said, once again for the third time, episode 12. Kobe, do you have anything to add?
I crashed near a cemetery and I was just dying to get in. True story.
Crickets, crickets, crickets.
It is a true story.
True story.
Goodbye.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we will see you guys next week. Trash.